Hey guys, Gravender here. What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Contest of Champions. And we're going to be talking today about the acquisition of the Vancouver studio of Kabam to Netmarble today. And exactly what kind of things we could probably look forward to with that. But first, let's get a little bit of a basis. I'm sure most of you guys have already heard about this. But if you haven't, Netmarble did acquire or will acquire in the first quarter of 2017 the Vancouver studio for Kabam, along with a couple other different resources like their customer service out of Austin and a few of their key people from San Francisco. Now, Kabam is still slated, according to the article that I read, to sell off the other three studios that they have located in LA, San Francisco, and Beijing. But they haven't done that yet. Vancouver has definitely been their most lucrative venture as far as a company goes. And really something to think about is that the Vancouver studio didn't start out as Kabam's official property. It was originally an acquisition from Exploding Barrel Games. So this is actually the second time, at least in the history that I can find, that the Kabam Vancouver studio has been in transition from different companies. So obviously some of the key things is that we could potentially see, like a new logo pop up at the very beginning of the game. I know people are very, very concerned about the fact that we can't say Kabam anymore. Sometimes though, during these transitions, you don't have an actual company name change. It's very possible that Netmarble could steal, because of the fact that, the game's been running for the longevity of 2 years now, that just to kind of keep things on the level and keep people from panicking, they could potentially just leave it exactly the way it is and still leave it under that umbrella of Kabam, just with, Netmarble being, the main people behind it. But you could still use Kabam and the Vancouver studio as at least an umbrella. I don't know. We'll see exactly how that goes. I mean, if Kabam's selling out completely all of their stocks with the companies that they have, there's a very big possibility, like I said, at the beginning of the game, we will not see Kabam pop up at the load screen anymore. It'll just pop up with Netmarble after the Marvel logo appears. So that's one key thing. That's not really that huge of a deal, though. It's not in the grand scheme of things. It's not really that big of a deal. Some of the key things, though, I know from my time playing Marvel Future Fight, which I'm sure a lot of you guys play. It's another Marvel game, and it is owned by Netmarble. If you play that game, you know that a lot of times within that game, there were some pretty good deals. So hopefully that transitions over with this. I'm not exactly sure if it will. I know that Netmarble is an organization that's owned by a bunch of different companies. MGM and WB, the Warner Brothers, are some of the key ones. So we might, you never know, we might potentially end up getting a pretty decent DC game out of this as well, considering the Warner Brother label. We'll just have to wait and see. I mean, Transformers Forged to Fight is still on the docket, as far as I can tell, as being released in the second quarter of 2017. It's slated to hit around the same time as Transformers The Last Knight is set to appear in theaters on June 23rd, 2017. So they're trying to make that transition in with that. Some of the other really kind of key things, like I said earlier, while I was playing Marvel Future Fight, I did notice that there were a ton of really good deals. And hopefully we do get that in this game. Hopefully it kind of lowers the expectations. I mean, I know if you play a lot of mobile games, like I do, you know that $4.99, $9.99, $29.99, $49.99, $99.99 price point is usually typical across the board. That's what they all, or at least all the ones that I have played, range from. So I don't think we're going to see anything as far as that goes. I do know that Future Fight did have a ton of bonus bundles that you could get, where you would get more of their kind of in-game currency So maybe we'll get some better deals like that on the units. I know that, like I said, I know that Future Fight did a ton of those. There was always stuff popping up with better offers on it. But it's a totally different kind of game compared to this one. But it's been largely successful, and so has this one, Contest of Champions. It's been very successful, and it makes sense that a company would want to acquire the very awesome Vancouver studio that's put out a ton of great stuff. Contest of Champions and Forged to Fight coming out soon that looks almost identical to Contest of Champions with some little tweaks to it, and just as much fun gameplay from what I've seen of it on YouTube. I won't play it until it launches worldwide in the United States, like I do with every other game that I play, but we'll see how things work out when that comes to that. Another key thing that I've noticed from Netmarble is they're not big on YouTubers reporting glitches within their games. I know that Mobile Gamer a little while back fell into some issues with Netmarble because he had talked about some glitches that were happening in Future Fight, and they actually struck one of his videos for it. Now, they were good enough to, work it out with him to take the strike away, but I'm almost positive he had to take the video down completely. So we have people in this community who are really good at finding these kind of things, like with Dork Lessons and Dave, who found the issue with Spider-Man's Evade. And, he made a video about it, and he was very vocal and active about it on the forums as well. And that's kind of scary in a way, because these are kind of glitches that, you want to fix. If you find a glitch, you want to make it known so that people can work on it and actively fix it. But it kind of gives you, as a content creator, a really bad, taste, or, it's kind of scary to know these kind of things and to put it out there if you could potentially have your channel struck. And I mean, it's not that big of a deal to have your channel struck once. Well, it kind of is. It kind of is. It's really painful, because at that point you can't upload videos over a certain amount of time. You can't live stream just from one strike. And then to end up getting multiple strikes on top of that, you could potentially lose your entire YouTube channel. So I'm hoping that this isn't the case with the transition from Kabam to Netmarble. That's one excellent thing from Kabam, is that, when it came to glitches and things that needed to be fixed, they were very open to at least receive that kind of criticism. And I'm afraid that Netmarble may not be. So if any of us from this community were to ever make videos that kind of pulled on the fact that, hey, there's this awful thing in the game, like with the Spider-Man Evade being broken, that it could potentially get our channel struck. So that is a really bad thing that we could have to look forward to. But that's really the only negative that I've seen. I didn't like Future Fight. It got really old really fast for me. I enjoyed the game for a period of time, and then it just kind of became boring and monotonous to be able to play it. Maybe it was just me. I know a lot of you guys still out there play it. Obviously, it's still in circulation. It's not an awful game. It's just not my kind of game. So hopefully we still get a bunch of longevity out of this. Kabam Mike assured, or Adora1 on Twitter, that this won't change anything except for opening up greater possibilities and potential within the realm of every spectrum. So, I mean, sometimes we just have to take everything with a grain of salt and be a little bit optimistic over the fact that it could potentially be good. And I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that it's good. I mean, I've invested 2 years in this. I've invested at least 18 months in making videos for this kind of stuff. So I'm hopeful that the fact that I am as openly critical about this game sometimes does not put my channel in hot water any more than it already does. Me being critical about stuff already puts stuff in hot water, but I don't like to, give you all information through rose-tinted glasses either. If I don't like something, I don't like something. If I can produce some kind of alternative, in my opinion, I'm going to do that. And I would hope that, people can respect that. If you disagree with it, I definitely respect that. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing with me. There's nothing wrong with openly criticizing me on my channel. I'll take it. I would prefer any day of the week that somebody who dislikes my video at least leaves a comment letting me know why. And be at least constructive about it. Because I try to be constructive about any criticisms that I do. I always give options for ways that things can be fixed. I always give options for ways that things can be improved. But that's pretty much about it from my point of view with the Kabam being acquired by Netmarble situation. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like on it. If you're new to the channel, please consider leaving a sub on it. And as always, guys, I'll catch you in the next episode. Later.